Hello. Turns out I have a small flaw and I need to change bands on my Slingshot. So I'm going to set this down here and it will only take me a few minutes. Thankfully I brought extras out. Sorry, everybody. Having to swap bands out. I got a problem here, and I need to replace them. Should only take a minute. I happen to have new ones handy. Hello. How's it going, sir? Just swapping out some bands on the sling here before we get rolling. I was having a little trouble and I found a flaw in my band. Itchy the Killer, how's it going, man? Bill. Just swapping out some bands quick. I found a flaw with the one I had. Want to make sure I'm good, so I'll have a brand new set of bands on here for today. Man, it's still crooked. Shouldn't be this hard. Sorry. All right, let's do this again. Okay, that looks straight. Press down, it's not straight. Dang it. Sorry, this isn't the way I wanted to start a live, people. Man, I can't get it straight. Maybe I'd set it down and do it. That looks good. Gotta tighten her down. Yeah, I like these purples, Itchy. Theo, Bill, both said hi. Hello, sorry. Had to change bands on the Slingshot here. I had a little flaw, a little malfunction right when I went live. I do like these purple bands. I think that looks good. Screw that down. Give them a couple of stretchies. Make sure they're not going to pop out and snap me in the noggin. All right, let's go get back and see if these things shoot. Something's wrong with those, something wasn't right. Had a frame hit and put a cut in the band. Of course, I had a frame hit on my brand new pretty Axiom G10. Love this thing, but for some reason I keep popping the frame on it. Sounds echoed. It could be because of where I was at over there. I was sitting on stuff next to a 55-gallon rain drum with some styrofoam, so it's making a lot of noise. Hopefully it's better now. Let me know if it's not. Is it better now? I hope so. There we go. It's a good hit. Still the same. Oh, hang on 1 second. It could be wind because of my mic. Let me try something here. Is that any better? Sound any better? Let me know. Yes, cool. I just I put the mic on. I think it was on a noise suppression mode. I just took it off. We do have wind today, but it's at my back, so we should be okay with that. How you doing, Itchy? I haven't seen you on one of these in a while. It's been a while, buddy. Yeah, I miss a few shots. It's part of the deal. I guess I'll shoot at that pheasant. It's a little bit easier to see for you guys. Makes a nice leathery smack. Just got him on the bottom. Not sure how long we're going to last today. We may have rain rolling in, but I think it's going to miss us. So we will find out. Can you shoot birds? Yeah, you can shoot birds, small game, that work. It's against the law to hunt with these where I live here in Wisconsin. So we don't do any of that, but I know a lot of people use them for pigeon control. So yeah, you can shoot birds. A lot of people hunt squirrels and rabbits with them. Hello, Sugar and Palachi. How you doing, buddies? How you doing, guys? Sorry, I keep stepping out of the camera. Let me turn it a little bit so there's a little more room and you can still see the targets. I'm just starting out, so I'm getting my aim dialed in for today. Like any target shooting, we're not going to hit 100% of the time. I'm all over it, though. I am all over it. There we go. We hit him right square in the neck. Have you ever fished for... Just tried BBs yesterday. I used 3/8 clay most of the time. BBs are really good, especially when you're starting. You can put tiny little bands on that have like no pull weight to them whatsoever. It allows you to dial in your fundamentals really well. I shoot 9mm clay when I go out in the woods. I used to shoot a bunch of clay at my other target setup, and it just all collected on the ground. And then it finally turned to mush, and it was like soft dog poo. But it does biodegrade. Can't see it now. Poor pheasant. Khalid Fighter, thank you. I dropped the BBs, they're small. Yes, they are. Yes, they are, and they're impossible to pick up if you find them. Unless you get a big old magnet like one of them things they pick up nails for roofers. I have a big magnet down there by my barrel. You can probably see it right there. When I'm done, I'll go down there with the magnet and pick everything up. And it doesn't matter how many times I do it. When I go back later, I find a bunch more. Never fails. Yeah, I ain't that strong, Khalid. The pull on this, maybe 6 or 7 pounds US. I don't know what that comes out to, kilograms, but it's a very lightweight draw. Not like those old wrist rockets of yesteryear that have the big old fat surgical latex tubes on them. Those things vary from 20 to 30 pound draws on those. That's why they're not as popular. This modern technology has brought us a long way in the slingshot world, that's for sure. Oh, that was right in the eyeball on that poor little wobbly pheasant. Yeah, I'm starting to get dialed in. I'm going to try and hit that frog. He's hanging on a pole on a string right there. The other day when I was shooting, I hit him on first shot every time. Doubt I'll do that today. Let's see. Oh, that couldn't have missed by more than 1/8 of an inch. Same thing, right on the edge of hitting them. I can't get any closer on those 3 shots without hitting them. There we go. We spun him around. This is a slingshot, otherwise known in some parts of the world as a catapult. Hey, Caver, I'm sure I'm still screwing your name up, from Germany. Thanks for popping in again today. Man, it must be in Germany. Must be like 10 o'clock there, right? 10:30? Maybe I'm too far east. It's 2:30 here where I live. 6 inch to the right of the target. How do you know what I'm shooting at? I'm missing the target by 1/2 inch. Shooting at the pheasant. Right there. I hit left and right. It's time to pop him in the center now. Maybe the shot. There we go. Dead center in the neck. 9:30 in Norway. 9:30. I have a friend that lives in Norway. From what I see on TV, that is a very, very pretty country. In fact, the little community I live here in America, USA, Wisconsin, is a huge Norwegian community. And for the 17. Mai Independence Day celebration, they say to find a bigger party than what we have here, you have to go to Oslo. It's huge. People come from all over to go to it. We have parades. We have a fitness run, all kind of exhibitions, food vendors. We have Norwegian dancers. It's a prestigious group from the high school that they travel the country and sometimes the world doing cultural Norwegian dances. Very popular. Lots of mountains and waterfalls and fjords. Got my safety glasses, I forget. I'm trying to model safety for the kids. Shooting at a spinner on the bottom there. Oh wait. There. It is a very pretty country. And isn't that the home of dodge diving, the death diving sport? It's where these people run off of platforms, dive into the water, and they do these stupid stunts. It looks like they're going to die. And at the last minute, they go like that and hit the water. It's hilarious to watch. I know there's a lot of Norwegians in it. I think it started in Norway. It's really funny. I don't think so, Sam. I have not seen him pop in. I've been keeping an eye on the chat. Boom, hit that spinner. Okay. Thank you, like everything I said. Well, thank you. Somebody just got banned because they were being a jerkwad. Steve William Stewart. Where are you from, man? Evidently, there's been a reason you stopped here to check us out. Oop, the wind was vibrating my bands. That's never good. Yes, Sam, I'll give you a trial run at moderator. You're in all the time. London, Kentucky. I didn't know Kentucky had a town called London. I'm up in Wisconsin, north of Chicago. Okay, Sam. Dump the trolls. Delete a comment if they pop in again. You scroll down in the settings, there's a thing to hide them from the channel. For those that don't know, this is a family-friendly channel. It's about slingshots. We're not talking politics, religion, or any of that stuff. Occasionally, I'm a very Christian person, so occasionally somebody will ask me a question, but we're not here to debate it. Andrew, don't worry about being late, man. We've only been on for 20 minutes. Doing chores. Yeah, I had to have lunch and do a couple other things. I was debating if I wanted to do a live stream today, but it's going to rain all day tomorrow. Tuesday doesn't look better. So if I'm going to do one, today's probably the day to do it. Oh, that hurt that pheasant head. Hey, we're up to 19 likes. Everybody double tap your screen for me. Help the YouTube algorithm of thingies out. Okay, Sam, need you to check something for me, buddy. Keep getting a few random frame hits that are driving me nuts. I'm going to draw back. Tell me if this is perpendicular like it's supposed to when I just do a natural draw. Am I perpendicular or am I tilting a little bit? It's hard for me to tell. Yeah, I'm using pouches. I use the pit pouches. Ones that hold the ammo in the right place. CO2 Western Revolver. I got a friend with one of those. It's a revolver and it had CO2 cartridge and it shoots BBs. Sounds like a little 22 going off when you shoot it. It's really cool. I shot it a couple of times. It's fun to rip off 6 shots. Pop, 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 pop. I like BB guns as well as yep. I don't think BB guns too. The boys group I work with at church, we just had a BB gun merit with the boys. And I took a few shots along the way. I can't really shoot them out here in my yard. The neighbors would go berserk. They saw me holding a gun out here, they would go nuts. Got that pheasant. Couple string. I had a pellet gun, one of those ones you pump up, Red Ryder ones. And one day I tried to put a pellet in it because you're supposed to be able to put a pellet in it, and it didn't fit. It got stuck. So instead of throwing it away, of course, what do you think I did? I pulled it apart because, hey, you know, I think I can build stuff, which I really can't. And I pulled it apart, managed to get a coat hanger down there and pop the pellet out. Went to put it back together. There was one screw got left. I have no idea where it went. It still pumped, but the little pump would pop out. And it shot pretty good for a while. And then one day I'm about to shoot it. I pulled the trigger, and the springs and everything just came shooting out the end of the barrel like a cartoon. It was hilarious. It went right in the trash after that. It was pretty funny. You had to see it. Hey, Slingburger popped in. How's it going, man? Keep shooting the 15. Yeah, I'm trying to break that thing, Sam. I'm trying to break it. NGA said hi. How's it going? Got it. Slingburger, good to have you back, buddy. Do you sling burgers? Ozark Woodsman, hey, how's it going, man? Glad to have you here. You into the slingshot thing like the rest of us? Can't remember if I've seen your name in a live stream. Yeah, Sam's got a PFS coming in tomorrow. He's just a big drink. What's the biggest game a slingshot could take down? Big Frog asked. Depends on how big a piece of ammo and how strong a band you want to use. I know a lot of people take rabbits. A lot of people hunt squirrels. They use them to control pigeons on their farms. Much bigger than a rabbit, you'd have to be a really good shot and probably be pretty close. You know, like a pheasant or something, if they were still and you could pop them in the head. Yeah, if you had the strongest band and biggest ammo. One, if you had the strongest band and biggest ammo, pulling that back is going to be very hard. And the harder it is to pull back, the harder it is to keep this hand steady and aim. Same with the hand back here, keeping it steady. So, I don't know. If you hit a perfect shot, I don't know, maybe a pheasant, maybe a wild turkey, but you'd have to be dead on. Some people have made the slingshot rifles where you mount a slingshot on the end of a piece of wood and you pull it way back and you put a trigger release on there. Those things are pretty cool. I assume you probably take some decent sized game with that. Not going to take down a deer or anything like that. Hey Joseph, how's it going, man? I'm shooting my new Axiom G10 today. And some of you guys that are slingshot shooters, keep an eye on what I'm doing because I keep getting random frame hits and it's driving me crazy. Thankfully, the G10 holds up really well. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I discovered yesterday I was pinching my pouch too far forward, so I've been intentionally pinching it back here. And somebody called me out on that on a comment on one of my videos, and they told me exactly what I had learned yesterday, so that helped. I just can't figure out why I keep getting these frame hits. Rambone slingshot. Think about getting that. I'm assuming that's one of those slingshot rifles. Haven't heard of the Rambone. I know Zach Fowler. Everybody knows Zach Fowler, right? He's one of the really good ones. He built a slingshot rifle and he took it to a friend's farm to control the pigeons. And while he got one or two, he couldn't get very many. Pulled his regular little old hand slingshot out of his pocket and boom, 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 just started dropping them left and right. So I don't know how accurate those are. Boom. Somebody just got sent to a timeout. Hit that spinner again, Sam. It's barely hanging on down there. I'm not as good as you and Weston at whopping them, though. About ready to get the other sling out and smack a can down there. It's not your tilt. If you have a good release, you can push it extreme. Yeah, I had some speed bumps yesterday, Hawk, and evidently I was pinching like this. And I've moved back to this to make sure I'm not, and I'm still getting them. It's driving me crazy. Hunt whitetail with a slingshot. You are correct about that, Ozark. I can't imagine anybody dropping a deer with a slingshot. They would literally have to be right under your blind. And maybe if you had a good shot right in the eye and it went straight into their brain or something like that. But deer is a pretty big piece of game to try and knock down with a slingshot. Well, that one didn't hit the frame, but it went into the ground. I'm just messed up right now. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. My arm is straight. It's not dropping, which will tweak the pouch and cause a frame hit. All right, hit me the target one more time and I'll get the long draw out and smack a can just because it's fun. There we go. That was a good hit. A Rambo from Down Journey. Heavy bands and heavy ammo. Is that George Sprague guy from Germany? I've seen some of his stuff. He builds crazy stuff. Stuff he builds is nuts. Using the thumbs. Yeah, maybe I need to film my release in slow motion and slow it down and look. I'm going to try this new slant roller I got. I banded up for long draw. Cause I think I'm more accurate with this long draw than I am my piston. Only instead of both of them. So I'd be doing, that would do it. All right, let's try this thing now. Let me put the safety lanyard on. I'm not as accurate with this, but I'm getting better. Need a couple shots for my shoulder to loosen up. It's always sore when I try and do this. I had to bring up the slant. Yeah, that's a beauty. You want it to slip out and surprise you. Yeah. You want to surprise you at the right time. That's right. That slant Spartan is nuts. It's beautiful. But I wouldn't want to shoot it. It's a collector item. That's what it is. Some people will shoot it. A lot of them won't. That was a good hit. Stronger and faster. Well, it might be because I've got very lightweight bands, but I'm pulling back farther, so the elastic has farther to retract. So you can put a lighter draw weight on this and get the same speed or greater speed with the same draw weight, but the aim is much more difficult because everything's floating. And that's what I'm struggling with right now. Plus my arm is sore. And the wind does that to your bands. I gotta wait for the wind to die down. Maybe try and hold it more loose, especially with the thumb. Only problem with that is I'm already just barely gripping the ball. If I did that, I wouldn't be able to draw back. But I appreciate the things, the ideas, because nothing is off limits. Because while I've practiced and I've been a really good shot, every now and then we get lazy and our fundamentals suffer. And I have a feeling that's what's happening with me right now, and I need to spend time and get back to my fundamentals. The wind picked up, so I'm waiting for it to calm. Can't shoot with it blowing. Had a wooden whammo slingshot. Thing's bad. I like the brainstorm. Yes, that's great. I appreciate that, especially the guys that know what they're talking about. I appreciate it. I like to help people when I get a chance, throw an idea out, and I'm not above needing help as well. So that whammo slingshot made out of wood, that probably had big old elastic bands on it, huh? If I pull this thing all the way back, it does rip pretty good. You're using the earlobe as an anchor point for the band to touch. No, I bounce it just gently off my cheek. This frame is about the same width as my normal frame, so the reference point on my cheek is about the same, which makes it a little easier for me to aim. So I'm not using my ear, I'm using the side of my cheek. I don't know if you can see it. Black Widow for casting bait. That sounds fun. See, I'm touching it just barely right there. I have a Hammer XT, which I use for archery. It's got a whisker biscuit in the middle. And you can set those up to hold a fishing reel on the bottom. So you can either use it to sling your bait out there, or you can use it to bow fish and then reel the fish in. I'm not going to go there, but it's pretty cool. When I see you shooting these lives, I notice you pushing the frame out or in a bit. Think of it, but you're mentioning frame hits. Usually what I do with the short draw is, when I really want to get back to fundamentals because something is wrong, a lot of times I'll take, this is the wrong bands, but I can show you. I'll take and put it on my anchor point, which is right there, my knuckle on my cheekbone, and then I'll push out. That way I know this is lined up and it's not a crapshoot. Normally when I get going and the muscle memory kicks in, I'll just pull back and do both at the same time. So that's one way I get back to my fundamentals. The long draw is a little bit different. You touch the cheek, then slightly pull. Yes. And depending how the bands are set up and how you're holding it, sometimes the actual release will propel it over the top, so it pulls it away from your face anyway. So see if I can demonstrate that. I'm going to pull back. Just missed the bottom of the can. That hit hard. Yeah, the long draw, the butterfly, it's a little harder to learn. It takes some work. I'm still getting there, but there's some technique to it. That'd be cool. I believe you, Hawk. That'd be cool to see, though. Hey, how's it going, Dietrich? Yeah, Hawk knows his stuff. He just won the East Coast. No, he got East Coast Sling Tournament. Sorry, Hawk. I was giving you credit. You came in second behind. That should never happen. What's your distance? I'm 10 meters, which is the standard tournament distance for knockdowns. So that's what a lot of us practice at. It's 10 meters, 33 feet. Yeah, if you're getting into slingshots, the pickle forks look cool, but don't go there. You will be sorry you did it because it's a very hard technique to learn. Get a regular, simple slingshot, shoot clay, learn short draw, and you'll be much happier. Hawk number 2 ain't bad. I think he was pretty happy. I think he was pretty happy about it. Wouldn't say it's for professionals, Sam, but it's for people that are a little bit more advanced in learning. Professional denotes that you're making money by doing that as a career. Ain't nobody making much money in the slingshot world. At least not as a competitor, maybe if they own Simpleshot. I'm just barely off. Oh, that hurt bad. That was a good hit. I like that one. I'm going to have to spend some time by myself with the short draw and figure out those frame hits. So I can go for months without one, and now I'm in a rut where I'm getting them constantly. Competing this year, I competed in the Midwest Spring Sling in March. East Coast Sling Tournament was last week, 2 weekends ago, and it would have been fun to go to that, but schedule-wise and everything else couldn't make it. Maybe next year. The other tournaments down in Ohio and Indiana are right in the middle of my really busy time at work, and I can't get out. So for now, I'm limited to one tournament a year. I entered in the pro division with the likes of Weston and Coin Worker, and there was like 42, 43, and I came in 20th, which was right what my goal was. I was very happy. Sam, don't be putting words in my mouth. I haven't said I'll trade it yet. Sam wants me to trade my red Axiom that I used to shoot. Don't know if I want to. It's got sentimental value to it. Although it is pretty beat up. That's why it's kind of got sentimental value. Because it's beat up. I had a lot of good times with that thing. Weston is Hawk. Yeah, Hawk Slings is Weston Crockett. Sorry, some of us know each other by real names. We know the screen names and the names going with it. There's still screen names that I know the people, but I can't remember their real names. Good hit. Get some good hits on here. Not quite as accurate as the short draw, but I'm definitely getting better. Yeah, I'm getting there. I'm getting there. It's fun. Sam asked me today, why don't you just go practice long draw and just go long draw and don't worry about short draw? One, because I like to do both, and it's fun having two skills. But long draw just looks cool. That's one reason I like it. But it is fun to learn something new. And who knows where I'll be in a year. Maybe I'll compete long draw at next year's tournament. We'll have to see. I'm just in the learning phase, and it's fun. That's all that matters. Is, are we having fun? And yes, I am. By the way, if you don't know Weston, he sells this pink and the purple latex that I use. It's called Tritium. If you want some, you go on Facebook, look up Tritium Sling Co. or look up Weston, shoot him a message, and he'll set you up in some latex. You got more pink in yet? Weston, I heard you were running low. I'm going to need some more soon, and I don't know what I want to order. Probably order more from Weston because I like it. The tournaments are actually based on timing or both? A little bit of both. I can't do high style Weston because this finger where I'm holding, remember I told you, is I have nerve damage from the knuckle down. And when I'm doing this long draw, I'm using that grip you taught me where I'm using the knuckle to push it. So it'd be kind of hard to do high style that way. I know a lot of people are catching on to it. I just don't think physically I'm able to do it. Of course, I didn't think I'd be shooting long draw last year this time either. Sometimes it's amazing how yeah, you can take rabbits. Okay, somebody asked, sorry, Big Frog. Tourneys are the accuracy based on time or both? Okay, so there's, from what I know, I've only been to one tournament. I'm telling you what I learned at this one. And I know the ECST, East Coast Sling Tournament, was the same. There's 4 different events. There's knockdowns, there's speed, there's distance, and there's a woods course. The woods course is really cool. You walk out in nature and they got targets at different levels, different distances. Sometimes you have to kneel down to shoot. You have to shoot between tree limbs. It's just like hunting. It's really cool. The knockdowns are like you see up here. There's 5 targets. They're on little levers, and you get 5 shots to knock all 5 down, and they're worth points. So you get points based on what you knock down. Speed is how many accurate shots can you get in 1 minute. At the Midwest Spring Tournament that I went to in Indiana, Andy Lowe got 23 hits in 1 minute, which is insane. I got 12. I was thrilled to have 12. I don't know what the record was at ECST. I wasn't there. And then there's the distance, a 25-yard shot. It was not timed. We got 2 practice shots to check our distance, and then we had 10 shots, and I got 6 hits, I think. We were shooting at an 8-inch, I think, 8 or 12-inch gong, saw blade, something like that. So I hope that answers your question, Big Frog. JPJ said hi. Raccoon Feral 60s. A slingshot actually flips rabbits more than a 22. It's pretty crazy. I bet you could live off a slingshot in a pinch. Yeah, you could. In fact, the dude Zach Fowler, he won season 3 of Alone, and he had a slingshot with him, and I think he got 1 or 2 squirrels with it while he was out there. Speed is usually 20 can-sized targets in a minute. Andy got 16, and Weston got 15, which is crazy. So think of shooting at 33 feet, pop can-sized targets, and you got 1 minute to hit all 20 of them. Great show, Alone. Yes, my wife and I love that show. We watch all of them. There's been some really good people on there that should have won. Like that one lady, I can't remember what her name was, but she's really good. She'd set up her house. She'd set up sorry, the wind's blowing, so I'm just killing time. She set up a house. She made a chair. She was making dream catchers and furnished her house and made games up. And she finally she's like in the final 4 or 5. She said, I think I'm going to punch out. I've proven that I know what I'm doing. I'm content. Don't care for the money. And it's like, then why did you waste the opportunity for somebody else? But she was good. Then there's that dude that won that one year that built this. It was a couple seasons ago that built the shelter literally out of rock on the side of a cliff. And all he had to do was build a wood roof on it. That thing was nuts. I think he killed a muskox too, with a knife. He didn't shoot it with a bow and arrow. He killed it with a knife. Love that show. One day someone will get all 20. I know Andy can do it for sure. Yeah, somebody's going to do it. My money would be on Andy. Andy Lowe. If you go to the YouTube, on YouTube, he's Andy Lowe Plinks. ANDYLOWE Plinks. PLINKS. He's really good at speed shooting. He's got it down to an art. Well, Andrew, you said you need to pick out the band material. Check out the tritium stuff. That's what I really like. I need to order some new stuff soon. I don't know if I really want to just order the same thing because it's working. Why change what's working? But then again, it'd be kind of fun to experiment with others. But Weston, you're probably going to get a message from me soon because I'm going to need more elastic, so, or more latex. Just because I like it. Why should I change if it's working? Would any of y'all apply to be on a loan? No, I would not. I love watching it, but I am not the outdoor type that could do it. I love watching those survival shows to learn the skills in case the world melts down and goes to you-know-where. It'd be nice to be able to have a few skills, not that I know how to do them or have the stuff to do them, but it's kind of fun seeing the creativity and ingenuity these people have to survive. The wind's blowing, sorry. I would never do it. I've got some friends. I got a couple friends at my church that are totally into prepper stuff and survival. I think they would do good on it. The hard part of alone is the mental game. You get lonely out there. Yeah, go subscribe to Hawk Slings. He could use some more subscribers. He makes good stuff and he's a dead-eye, that boy. Hawk, if you want to throw your channel, link to your channel on, I'll pin it so people can find it easy. Throw it up in a comment and I'll pin it and we'll get you a couple of subscribers. I would try, but I wouldn't succeed. Yeah, it'd be me. Hey, Yeet, how's it going, buddy? Should be restocked. I don't need it. I'm good through the month. I've still got, get this, Hawk. I came home from Midwest with 3 rolls of pink and 2 rolls of purple. You set me up. And I've got 1 roll of pink left and 1 1/4 rolls of purple. The pink, because I use it for long draw, you go through a lot of that stuff, especially when you're learning. Yee master! Hawk, you crack me up, man. Man, if we lived close to each other, we would have a blast shooting. You would have me shooting really good, by the way. In my early 30s, I probably could have won alone. I'm too old now. Yeah, though, I don't know what the oldest person to win is. There's been some 50 and 60-year-olds out there. Some of them did pretty good. Another one that impressed me, I can't remember the lady's name. It was on the very last season where they, instead of going up north into the Alaska and Saskatchewan, they went to South Africa to the deserts. And this lady was really good and she did well. She got a medium-sized game early on and had food for a while. She was doing excellent, and then she started running out of food and she got too weak to be able to pull her bow back far enough to be able to take down the food she needed, and she had to check out. But man, she was good. I was rooting for her. I want to see a woman win it. I'm not being mean or anything, but there's some women out there that can do it. It's just, as a general stereotype, women are very social and they need that interaction, and being all by yourself, it's just hard. Even the guys out there, when they think about their family and they start crying and junk, it's hard. It's a mental game as much as it's a physical game. But I really want to see a woman win because I think that'd be cool. Whoa, I blew some aluminum off of that one. Weston, you can just get home. Oh, who said that? Sam, you cracked me up, buddy. That was a good line there. You won the internet for that one, Sam. Good job. I was just shooting the frames, Hawk. He's got the best latex. Yes, Yeet, I like his stuff. We won't. Coon. Remember watching a little of Alone, but I've never watched the whole series. It takes a while to get invested. I watched a season where I didn't think a woman ever won Alone. I didn't think they did. Yeah, Alone is the ultimate reality show. They leave you in the middle of nowhere with camera gear. There's no production crew. You're literally on your own. Everything you see, they filmed. I'm a video editor for a living, and it would be quite the job to piece all of that content together and build a story. Being alone is hard anywhere. Yes, it is. I'm very much a social person, too, as you can tell. I can be a fake sniper on YouTube. You never know. Somebody said they could take a deer down with one, but it'd have to be a huge band and huge ammo. I know a lot of people hunt rabbits, squirrels, pigeons, things like that. Anything bigger, you're going to have to get really close, have a really good aim, and hit it perfect for a kill shot. Somebody said that on this one that they were allowed to hunt deer with a slingshot. It's like, well, you just go right ahead. The wind is picking up a little bit here, so I've got to be careful with these bands. You could try a raccoon, but just bruise them more than anything. I get a raccoon in my yard all the time, and I'll get a 9.5mm clay out and I'll shoot him. I don't have any delusions that I'm going to kill a raccoon, but raccoons are cute, but they're a mess, diseased, and they got on my roof a couple years ago and chewed a hole in it and cost me a new roof. So when they get in my yard, they're leaving. So I'll chase them out with a slingshot and clay. It's not going to kill him, but I guarantee you he goes back in the gutter with a bruise on his foot. That was a bad draw from the beginning. Yeah, you would have to be perfect. Did somebody post Hawk's link? I don't see it. Yeah, if they post a link, I don't know that you can actually click on it and go there, but you can copy and paste it. You know, Sam, with this slant roller, I'm shooting long draw. What much better? Oh, that would have been a good hit. That one felt good. Let's look up the big game slingshot record. That would be interesting. I don't know where I would find that. For me, it's about target shooting. I just like plinking. Okay, Hawk said he can't post the link, so just go to YouTube and Google Hawk Slings, right, Hawk? Just Google Hawk Slings and you'll find his channel. You'll know it because it's a bunch of slingshot stuff. Yeet. If Hawk wants to be a mod, I'll make him a mod, but he is, he's not on because of his work schedule and stuff. He does come on sometime, but he's not on a lot. I want people that are very, very frequent. He's been on a lot more lately, though. Hey, Roy, how's it going? 3 shots of 3/8 full butterfly to get a raccoon. Dude, that is crazy. I'll tell you, the year the raccoon was on my roof, I chased him down with clay from, it was like 3 in the morning, and I'm out there in my pajamas with a slingshot shooting at a raccoon. He finally came down off the roof. He gets up by climbing my brick chimney, and he came down and he climbed in a tree just on the other side of my garage, and he curled up in the crook of it, down in the crotch of the tree, and I'm just standing there like 10 feet away from him with my slingshot. And finally, he turned his head toward me. I could see his little glowing eyes. And I pulled back and I smacked him in the noggin, right in the head. Not the kill shot, but in the head. And he let out a growl. And he climbed down and ran for the gutter. And I think I hit him 3 more times on the way to the gutter. Oh, man, that had some smoke on it. Yes, they are. They're hard to bring down. So, Hawk, how am I doing on my long draw, buddy? How am I doing? Howdy, snipers. Oh, it's Andy Lowe. Somebody was just asking, who's this Andy Lowe guy? Because we were talking about speed shooting, Andy. Somebody was asking who you were. And I said, he's the bomb. He won a tournament. Whoa, that can's about to let go. I don't hunt and I don't like wild games, so I'm not going to hunt. Okay, I got it zoomed in so you can see the can when I break it. It's right there. Beep. Dude, that would suck. Is that why your name's Raccoon Feral? That would make sense. It's against slingshot rules to follow up a good slingshot hit on game with a poo-poo. I didn't know that, but I don't hunt with them because I'm not allowed to. You can hunt with slingshots. Some states will let you. The state I live in Wisconsin, I think we're one of 17 that can't hunt with slingshots. So let's drop that can. Next hit should drop it. How's it going, Andy? Saw you had your girlfriend out shooting speed the other day. She's going to be a speed sniper, isn't she? That's cool that she's doing that with you. That I don't know. I'm not a hunter, so I know a lot of people have taken a lot of squirrels and rabbits with these things. She doesn't even know she's fast. That's a good one. I might have to order one of those slingshot necklaces from you, Andy. Those are cool. Kind of not spending any money for a couple of days because my wife's car is going to need a lot of work. The brakes went spongy on me yesterday on the way home from flying my planes. And there's a puddle the size of the car underneath it of brake fluid. One of the brake lines near the ABS distribution point has either rusted through or broke. And I have a feeling it's not going to be a cheap repair, and I don't know if the car's worth repairing. There it goes. Boom. Should be able to see that one drop. I'm a pilot. No, I'm an RC pilot. I should have specified that. RC planes is my other hobby. If you subscribe to my channel and go to my videos, you'll see a few RC plane videos in there mixed in with the slingshot. And if you go back past my slingshot videos, there's a whole lot of RC content on there. And general aviation. I don't fly, but I love planes. We go to the big air show in Oshkosh every year for our vacation. We'll be there for the whole week in July. Yep, RC planes. I built over the winter. I posted it a couple weeks ago, the maiden flight. I took 2 Spitfire kits from flight test made out of foam board, and I mashed them together and made a twin Spitfire, 1 wing, 2 bodies. And it flew pretty well. All right, I'm still on long draw. Let's see if I can hit a spinner. I'm going for that 50 millimeter leather one. By the way, guys, I'm looking for Hawk's RC page, or RC, YouTube channel. He's also really big on the Slingshot Discord channel. So you have to have an invitation to get in there. But if you're into Discord, which I'm not, I pop in every now and then. Hawk is big in there. So maybe if you send information to him, he can get you an invitation to the channel. My comments. Sorry about that, Weston. I don't know what's up. How's the slant treating you? Actually, I'm really liking it on this long draw. I've been using my piston, which I absolutely love that. I just can't get my accuracy dialed in. I feel like I'm more accurate on this, probably because I can use the same reference anchor point as my short draw. And I feel like I'm handling it better. It's not quite as comfortable as the piston in my hand, but I think I'm shooting better with it. Oh, that way got the spinner that time. I spent like 3. They didn't go through. That sucks. Maybe if you had sent 914 Weston, they would work. While we're on this, we just may as well bust that other can since I'm doing okay with it. We're going to shoot the bottom can now. Let me zoom in a little. We're going to hit that other can now. Dalton said hi. How's it going, Dalton? Yeet said 915 came through. Oh, you guys crack me up. I love the humor. Whoa. Wind was vibrating my bands and it went sideways on me. Hit one of my steel poles down there. Dude, that was probably the hardest hit I've heard. Give me a second. Another dumb question. Slingshots, it's always balls, right? Pointed pellets would make no sense. Probably not. Because how are you going to make them be right? Yeah, I'm shooting 8mm steel. Hawk shoots 9.5. 7mm is the other popular size. They do have slingshot darts. They're like this long, little darts. And they got a hook on the end by the tip, and you put them in your pouch and you shoot them. That looks scary as crap. There's not a chance I would do that, because the minute I did, if you do something wrong, that sucker's going right through your hand. No way I'm ever trying that. But yeah, people shoot rocks. You can shoot rocks. But what I would do is get very smooth, rounded ones, because with rocks, you don't know what direction they're going to go once they encounter the turbulence of wind. Yes, I want my hands dart free. Me and you are in agreement on that one, Sam. The people that do it, you guys are nuts. Not only that, some people shoot frameless with darts. Frameless, for those of you that don't know, it's like a pouch with a latex loop, and you like loop it on your fingers and you use your hands for the fork. And people shoot darts that way. No. Nope, 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 nope. Can't say it enough. Not gonna happen. I like my digits. Come on, man. Yeah, the wind's starting to mess me up. I may have to go back to the short draw. Got to order more ammo. Are you looking for steel, Yeet, or clay? Yeah, that's my thinking too, Big Frog. Why? Well, the cool thing about those, though, if you're into it, is a lot of people use the little tiny tubes, not the big ones, but the little tubes, and can literally wrap it up on your wrist like a bracelet. You can go through security at the airport and nobody knows the better. It just looks like a bracelet. So you can literally be anywhere and have just half a dozen pieces of ammo in your pocket, and no matter where you're at, you've always got something to shoot. Now I'm shooting like crap. Dude in Oregon shot another dude at the metro station with one of those darts. Eesh. I can't hit that can now. I'm blaming it on the wind. I'm blaming it on the wind, messing my bands up. Oh, that was so dang close. I thought I had it. Got the bottom. Send you my email if you get a contact with Hawk. There you guys, set them up. Two hits on the bottom. How long have we been on? Hour and 10 minutes. Boy, those first couple of shots with the butterfly I could not do. Then my shoulder loosened up. Man, I'm all over the place now. Can try these tiny darts for air guns. Fun to shoot and not so scary. You know what I want to try is shooting the wind. Positive. What I want to try is blow guns. That looks like fun. Big Frog. A lot of people have a setup for the wind. Instead of using bands, they use small tubes. Tubes are, when I badmouth tubes, it's them big fat things that come on wrist rockets. But they make these little tiny tubes that are about the size of pencil lead that shoot real nice. And they make different size small ones. Put those on a sling and you've got one impervious to the wind. You can shoot that thing in the wind all day long and it won't bother them because the wind just blows right around the oval part. So that's what a lot of people use in the wind. That was a good hit. Using for backdrop. That is a piece of heavy-duty mesh net. Some people say you can get it at like Hobby Lobby or your local fabric store. I got that from Omega Slings. They sell out of it pretty quick. It's a 5.5 by 5 foot piece, layered over, double-sided, and they put the grommets in it to feed your cord through. And I think it was like $65, which is really not bad, and you can't even tell it's used other than there's a spider web on it. I've had it for like 3 or 4 months now. Yeah, it does work really well. The cool thing is with the steel ammo, when I'm done shooting here, I've got a magnet right there. I'll just go pick up all the steel and throw it back in my bag. No, I did not learn that from the RC plane hobby. I learned it from other shooters because I remember when we were at Midwest Spring Sling, we had a lot of wind on the woods course, and some people had the tubes and they had no problem. Hey, Mrs. Hicks is here. How's it going? Thank you for that message on my YouTube video. I just discovered pretty much the same thing you told me. And you know what? I'm still having trouble today with the short draw. I don't know what's up. Wow, 3 hits in a row. I'm cooking. Four hits in a row. It's almost like a record. Twist the bands and they won't flutter. I'm afraid if I twist them too much, Andy, that the pouch won't release. Sam had one that must have got twisted, and it came back and hit him in the finger and put a hole in his hand. Maybe I should try it. Okay, I usually give it one twist. Okay, I'm going to go one more twist. Andy, if I get hurt, this is your fault, buddy. This is your fault. If I get hurt, I'm not going to pull full back on this one because I don't trust it. Well, it didn't kill me. Explaining how I aim. Yes, let me put this down and I'll get my regular slingshot out because it's easier to demonstrate. First, if you're curious about the sport and want to learn, down in the description is my Slingshot Basics course, a link to it. You watch those, you'll be hitting cans in a week if you practice. All right, so first, I'm going to give you the 90-second lesson. Let me zoom out a little bit so I'm not so in your face. Sorry, I'm not doing very good on the zoom. When you grip the pouch, this is where everybody goes wrong, and I think I'm struggling with this right now because I've been having frame hits, which is bad. You grip the pouch, you hold it on the ammo. You don't hold it here because if you do, you create a speed bump when you let go and it flings the ammo, messes up your aim, and hits your frame, which is never good. So you hold the ammo this way, not this way. I usually hold it between my fingers like this. Not like this, but like this, okay? And then I use what they call a ghetto style. I hold it sideways, so the frame is parallel, frame is perpendicular. Then when you pull back, I have an anchor point, which I have, in the video I explain how to find it. But for me, just in a nutshell, mine is the bottom of my cheekbone. So I'll put my finger on the bottom of my cheekbone like that. Then when you aim, okay, you see how you can see both bands? So what you do is you move them until the bands, the two become one and they get married. When you have one single band, you're looking at it, see one single band, then you aim down that top line. This particular slingshot actually has fiber optics to aim. But if you don't, you use the top tip of your slingshot or the top of the band where it touches the slingshot. So boom, that was your aim. Then when you let go, you just need to make sure you let go evenly and not with just your thumb. Both fingers have to go, and then if all is right and the physics are good, you'll hit. So I'm going to take a shot with my short draw at that can down there and see if we get it. Okay, got my anchor point, pushing out, just a hair off. Let's get one more and get a good hit on it. There we go. That's how you do it. That's real quick in a nutshell. But again, if you want to dive deeper into it and learn, go to my YouTube channel and watch my Slingshot Basics course. And if you're curious and want to get your first slingshot, there's also a link in the description here to Simpleshot. It's a great place to start. For your beginner slingshot, you'll want to shoot clay. If you use that link there, it helps me out a little bit. The two frames that are really popular for learning is the Axiom, the one I was just shooting, and the Scout LT2. Those are by far and large the two most popular that people like to learn on. Hey CG, how's it going, buddy? Glad you could join us. Glad you could join. We've been going for an hour and 20 minutes, so we got a few minutes yet. The wind's blowing, so it's kind of hampering the fun, but hey, no problem, Lucy Luger. I'm sorry if I mess your name out. I've been trying to improve my repetition, and I think this will help a lot. Where's the link again? If you go down into the description of this video, there should be a link for Slingshot Basics. It's a 4 or 5 set of videos that I made that walk you through everything from different frames, grips, pouches, ammo, latex, anchor, aim, all that stuff. And then feel free to message me on there if you've got questions. I love to help. I love to get people shooting. Granted, I'm not as good as Weston and some of the others on here, but I know how to teach and I know the fundamentals. I'm struggling because something has gone wrong with mine and I'm still trying to figure it out. But I love to help, and I'm more than happy to answer questions and get you shooting. How far are you from the target? I am 10 meters, 33 feet. There used to be a red line from a spray paint can on the ground here, but I've stood here so much I've just got a place dried out on the ground. I don't even need the red line anymore. 33 feet, 10 meters is the standard competition distance. Thanks for all the help that you guys are giving each other out there. That's why we're out here doing this. Trying to grow this sport and get more people involved and help the people that are there. That was a good hit. Ooh, I think my band was flapping and it caused it to go weird. Same on that one. $170 people on. Trolls are rude. Yes, they are. But that's why we have moderators, Sam, because you get 170 people on, you're going to get some riffraff. The wind. All right. Since it's windy, I'm going to dive into something else. I told some people the other day on my live, and I'll reiterate it here. There's a new feature on YouTube. When you go into not live streams, but regular videos on people's channels, if you scroll over to the right where you got your like, dislike, save, all those different buttons along right below the video, if you scroll over to the right some, there's a new one called Hype. And it's something new that YouTube has rolled out. And what it does is it allows you to hype people's videos. The videos have to be less than 7 days old. So like if you went on and watched my video from this morning, or you watch the video I released on Friday, there should be a hype button there. Everybody gets 3 hypes a week. They don't cost you anything. You don't have to pay for them, but you get to use them 3 times. You can use them all on the same channel. You can use them on different channels, but you get 3 a week. And what it does is when you hype a video, it goes onto a hype board at YouTube, and it's for channels from 500 subscribers to 50,000. It's supposed to help the smaller content creators get more exposure. And so the smaller the creator, like me, I got 2,000 subscribers, we'll get more play than somebody with 20,000. So if you go in there and you hype videos, it gets into their algorithm easier and it gets shown and exposed to more people. So if you're watching some videos, use that hype feature. Doesn't have to be just me. I'd appreciate all the hype I can get. But yeah, if you've got favorite creators, there's a site that I like a lot that needs to grow about Alaska, and I'm going to give them a hype this week. But that is a new feature. It's not super new, but it's been around a little while. but it helps those channels grow. No, it doesn't work on live, I've checked. But if you go into one of my replays, like the live I did on Friday, it'll be there. Or if you go to the video about the unboxing I posted this morning, it'll be there. Well, it is what it is. It's something they gave us to use part-time. I get what you're saying, but anything to feed the algorithm to help people, small guys, work. You know, do the same thing for Weston. Once he gets 500 subscribers, he'll be able to use it. He's at 388 today, so he's probably got a few new ones now, thanks to us. Woo-hoo! Glad I could help. Sorry about that, stupid mic. Didn't mean to do that. Drop some ammo. Stupid wind. I get one more good hit on it, and I think I'm going to go back to the short draw. Been shooting this long draw for probably half of the time on here, which is cool. Vibrations. Almost got it. Up to 238 now. Dude, we're killing it. How many likes do we have? Oh, we're up to 70. That's cool. One more good hit. All right. Let's finish blowing that can up with the short draw. See how we do. I'm going to put a lot more practice in on the long draw, so hopefully I'm better at it soon. Don't need these. These are finger protectors. And I use them on long draw because sometimes I get band slap and it's not real comfortable. They help pad my fingers a little bit. All right, let's see how we do with this. Hey, thanks, Ariel. That's awesome. I don't know if I'll get any notification that it happened, but we'll see. We're trying to grow. I enjoy this. It's fun. The hardest part of having a channel and actually trying to do something with it is the pressure of having regular content. How many ideas can I come up with a Slingshot to create content? I got a really fun idea. I just need to find time to record it. I don't usually do unboxings, but I did one for this morning, and I thought it was kind of funny. Anybody watch my unboxing video that came out today? Just curious what you thought of it. Oh, that breeze feels good though. I think I might have solved my frame hit problem. Between the tips that Mrs. Hicks told me and Weston, I'm doing pretty good. Now watch me get a frame hit on this shot. Nope. Went right through the hole in the can. Dang, I was hitting so good there for a minute. There we go. That was a good hit. Yep. Slingshot fell on the ground. Now I'm shooting, for those of you that don't know, my new Axiom G10. Got a couple little frame hits on it I'm very ticked off about. Right there. I don't know if you can see them. But the G10 really holds up good to frame hits. If this was a metal one, there'd be huge scars on it. Went right through the hole again. Can that penetrate skin? Maybe. If you get a little bit bigger band, the bands and ammo I'm using, no. It's going to leave you a good welt though. But with bigger bands and the right ammo, if you can get your speed up, it might. I did last year. I was at our boys, the boys group I work with at church. We were at our summer camp. And at the time, I was just shooting clay, and I took my slingshot with me. One of the kids goes, "How much does that hurt if it gets hit? Is it like paintball?" And I said, "I don't know. Walk over there and let me shoot you in the butt." So he walked over probably about 40 to 60 feet away, turned around, and I shot him square in the butt. Let's just say he didn't want me to do that again. He felt it. I don't know if it would break skin. Sure breaks up a can, though. Thing's about to drop. Let me zoom in so you can watch it drop. Right there. Hey, Royal Ranger. Hey, Gerhardy. Yes, Royal Rangers. Still going. I was in it in the 60s, and I'm a commander now. Would you consider it a self-defense weapon? That's a good question, RC video guy. It's a good question. Self-defense. Could it be? Yes. There's a article that kind of viral online. A young kid in Michigan was at home by himself with his sister, and they had someone break into the house, and he got his wrist rocket out and chased the dude out. Would I want to use it to try and take down an intruder? No. Problem I could see is by the time you get loaded up and pulled back and all that, he's probably on top of you. But maybe if you could stealthily ninja-like from the corner of a room where they can't see you, you're not going to take them down, but they may wonder what else is coming and get out. Would I use it for self-defense? If that's all I had, yeah. But I wouldn't want to depend on it wrapped around the rope. Silly thing, I'm going to shoot it from there. Yeah, it could chase wild animals out of your yards. I chased raccoons out of my yard with it. Oh, I flinched on that one. I have a friend, lives about 30 minutes away, that he uses it to chase coyote. He lives by a swamp in the marsh, and he uses it to chase coyotes off of his property. You're not going to kill them. You're not going to maim them, but you send them a signal. That last part is hard because there's it's hanging by a hair down there. There we go. Dropped it. National leader in South Africa. Hey, that is cool, Gerhardy. Okay, story. Since you brought it up, Gerhard, the Royal Rangers, that's this logo. I've been in it since it started in the 60s. It's a ministry through the church I go to. And we have an outpost here at my church, and I'm a commander. But let me tell you a really cool trivia story about Royal Rangers, Gerhard. You'll like this. My aunt and uncle, who have both passed away now, they were missionaries starting in the 60s until just recently, missionaries in Ghana, West Africa. And they started the very first Royal Ranger outpost on the entire continent of Africa back in the 70s. And it's still going to this day. You might actually be part of the fruit of that effort that they had. My cousin recently went back, and they threw him a big party, and they had a parade for him, and all kinds of stuff like that. So my uncle and cousin started the very first Royal Ranger outpost on the continent of Africa. I think that's really cool. We have a national U.S. leader in our group here. Tried to store today, the guy there. I have no idea what you're talking about, Chevy Speed, but if you're being a troll, we got ways to deal with you. Well, I thought I was doing good, then I got a frame hit. That spinner. Yes, I did. I've had a number of them on here, and believe it or not, it holds up really well. Surprisingly better than the aluminum. That's all it did. Could get a little marker and some oil out probably, and it'd probably cover it right up. I've had way more frame hits on this than I should. I don't know what it is. I think I may have a flaw in my grip on my pouch. And I'm trying to work through that. I thought I was doing really good with the advice Weston and Caitlin gave me. I may need to get on a video call with somebody and let them dissect what I'm doing wrong. Battle wounds. I call it patina. I think what my problem is, and I discovered it yesterday, is I grip the pouch like this, and I think my bottom finger was too far forward. Problem is, I'm still getting them. And then Weston said something today about when I'm letting go, I need to make sure I do like this and not just one finger. And I think that might be part of my problem. So I got to get that even. Otherwise, I'm making a speed bump. And a speed bump is what causes frame hits. So I'm very methodically going about my shooting right now. What's up, Slingers? Joe Lichtenberger. How's it going, bud? How's it going? Remember seeing you on Facebook. Yeah, we're up to 85 likes. Way to go. Joel, I'm shooting my new Axiom. Woohoo! G10. Love this thing. Feels so good. Did anybody see my video this morning? Did anybody see my unboxing video where I unboxed this in my slant roller? You seen the new, yeah. They are beautiful, Sling Daddy. One of my moderators, he's not on now, Thrillbilly. Luke is his name. He was on all night waiting for it to come open, and he was the first person to order. He got number 3. The dude that created it, Seljan, got 1. Nathan Masters got 2. Thrillbilly got the 3rd frame. That means he got the very first one. It is so pretty. I don't know how many people are going to actually shoot them. Would you shoot one and get a worry and endanger it with a frame hit? Boom. Hitting that 50 real good. Let's try and hit what's left of a can up there. I love hitting those things. How's it going, Roy? You still hanging around, buddy? We got to talk again. I want to hear about your men's ministry thing. Talk about other stuff, too. We'll have to set up a call this week. I'm beating up that Ron Perry spinner. Not like Sam and Weston do, but I'm beating it up. Let's shoot at that little pheasant head. Ah, it was flinching. Got it. Hour and 40. We'll hang out for a few more minutes. I'm going to have to call it pretty soon, I think. Oh, I hit that pheasant right in the head and flipped it more. Boys builder only call it a kettle. Cool. You talking about slingshot? That's cool. We call them natties over here when you build them out of tree branches. Hey, Gerhard, thanks for popping in. That means a lot to me that you would, fellow Royal Ranger watching from South Africa. We're having our big boys camp for our district the last weekend of this month. And there's 12 events that the boys get to do around camp, and one of them is slingshots that I'm running. So I've got 15 wooden frames. They're going to be all banded up. I'm going to take some targets out. Some water jugs and pie plates, easy things to hit just to let the kids smack some stuff and make noise. It's going to be fun. That poor spinner's about to go. I flinched on that one. All right, I'm going to try for the 40 millimeter spinner on the top row. The little one. Ooh, got it. All right, now let's do the 50. See if we can walk it across. Ah, a little high. Let's try again. Let's hit that 40. Boom, dead on in the center. Okay, let's go for the 50. Boom, got it. I'll catch the comments up. I want to try and run the table here, see if I can hit the 60. Oh, I missed it. Dang. Yeah, I know the targets need to be spread out a little bit for competition, but I need to get some tubes to go on my paracord, push them out a little bit more. Just got to find the stuff and the time. But for now, got the 60 on that one. See if we can hit the 70. It's good practice. It's fun. Oh, I missed it. Right between the two. There it was. Let's see if we can get the 80 now. Barely hit it. Not a good one, but we got it. Were you at ECST? No, I was not at ECST. I was at the Midwest Spring Sling. It's on my agenda someday. Really want to go, but work, and it's a 9.5 hour drive, and I'm not a fan of driving. If I could find somebody to go with me and help with the driving, I'd go. Can't be much left of that thing. Down to 67. That's okay. All right, I'm going to hit that frog again. We only hit him once today. He deserves to get hit in the butt. The frog is the little guy right there. Got him first shot. Okay, let's have a little fun, boys. I'm zoomed out. I'm going to back up. I'm going to do some long distance shooting. Going out to 25 yards. Yeah, I may not be quite 25 because there's cars in the way. Because there's a car repair store here in my backyard. But you can see the target. You can see right there is a coffee can. We're going to shoot at that coffee can. I don't have a whole one. I got a little bit of ammo left. Let's see. Just take a couple shots, see if I can get it. Usually it takes me a couple shots to get on, and then I have it. So here we go. We are hitting 25 yards. Three in a row. Four in a row. Ah, I missed. I was hoping to get 5 in a row. Let's take a couple more shots. A little high. There we go. Boom. And storm and tornado warning. Yee. Hey, and it's Andrew's phone's acting up. Are those D's bands? No, these are tritium from Weston. Should be available. We'll see, long draw. Okay, now I'm going to try and hit the top 80 millimeter spinner on that top row. Again, 25 yards away. This will be a little bit harder. Just to the left. The coffee can's nice and big. The coffee can's about the size of the target we shot at Midwest. That was low. I knew as soon as I let go. Oh, that was close. That was close. I'm all over that thing. Again, I'm shooting from 25 yards, so these aren't gimme shots. Oh, I got the 70 next to the 80. What sling am I using? Jason asked. I am using, I just got it this Friday, the Axiom G10. It's brand new to me. I'm enjoying it. I love the feel of it. Nobody had an Omega Slings hat or hoodie. Usually Double D's has it because I know he does a lot of stuff with them. I was surprised because at Midwest he had one. Ooh, that was close, boys. I still want to get that. Oh, I thought I had it. I am so close to that thing. Have a nice evening, McCaver. You too, buddy. You too. It must be really late over there. Thanks for popping in, though. I got the 70 again. I keep aiming at the 80. It's my ammo. I am using 8mm steel. For competition, 7, 8, and 9mm are what people use. It does go all the way up to like 11.5, 12mm, 50 cal. A lot of people use BBs too. I like the 8. That's my choice. This one, Johnny Cox, this one is a G10. This is a fancy pro version. This one's 120 bucks, which is crazy. But it's nice. They make the same thing. Oops, I dropped it up there. They make the same Slingshot in a plastic polycarbonate version that's like $40. And it shoots exactly the same as this one. This one, you're paying more for the feel, for the construction, and just how cool it is. But the regular one at $40 shoots just fine. You don't need an expensive one. If you go to Simpleshot, down in the description of this video, there's a link to Simpleshot. If you use that to buy slingshots, helps me out a little bit. And that's a good place to start. The other one that's really popular, this is the Axiom. The other one that's really popular is the Scout LT2. I also have one of those. A little bit different design, a little bit different grip on it. And I shoot really well with that one as well. And that one's only $50. I'm getting way off now. I'm going to have to go back up. What band size? I'm using 0.45 from Tritium Weston Hawk Slings. Sells it. Tritium Sling Co. if you're on Facebook. Look them up. Or find Weston Crockett and send him a message. I have the purple and I have the pink on my other Slingshot. They're both 0.45. They're slightly different formulas, so they have slightly different characteristics, but they're pretty much very close, very similar. They say the purple has a little bit more pop for short draw. I think I got the 60 on that one. Yeah, I like the 4.5. It's for target shooting. I don't hunt. I don't need speed. I'm not chasing 300 feet per second. With this light draw, I could shoot all day long. I think I've got a 6 or 7 pound at most draw on this plastic. Oh, I'm so close. All right, we're going to head back up. You can see the screen tint in our driveway where we sit and enjoy the weather when I'm not shooting. My wife's out reading a book. All right, there it is. Let me move that. I'm on a hill there. That's better. And zoom out a little bit. Whoa, not in, out. There we go. $30 to $60 will get you what you need. There's some that are even cheaper. I think you can get the Sparrow from Zach Fowler for like $20, $30, and it's just fine. Johnny Cox, it is fun. It's cheap, it's quiet, and if you like target shooting, it's just great. And if you're into archery, it's very similar as far as the skill set. Also, there's that link to Simpleshot down there in the description. Also, you'll see a link to my Slingshot Basics course where I cover the different kinds of frames, what the styles are, how to grip, how to aim, how to find your anchor point, bands, ammo, all kind of stuff. And it's a really good way to get started, to get your fundamentals. And if you go through that series and practice, you'll be hitting cans within a week. And also, while you're watching those videos, feel free to leave a comment. I try and answer them all. If you have questions, I am more than happy to answer your questions and give you assistance along the way. Or if you're on Facebook, look me up, Philip Hinkle, Philiphinkle. You'll know my profile because it has a red slingshot on it. Then we can message through Messenger. It's a little bit easier way to help because it's not in the whole world to see kind of place. It's just easier to navigate to. So those are some ways to get a hold of me. Come on, I can't hit that target now. Were you a 70s, 80s kid? No, I was a 60s, 70s kid. I was born in 61. Graduated in 80. Believe it or not, I graduated in 80 and I got married in 80. And I'm still married to the same woman. There we go. Ooh, somebody sent me $5. Get the smallest white plate, please. I can do that. Thank you, Benjamin. I'll answer that latex question in just a second. Okay, the smallest white one is 40 millimeters right there. Boom. First shot. There you go, Benjamin. Yeah, buddy. The latex, yes. The way that latex is, it's wide here and it's skinnier here. So this is 20 millimeters at the slingshot, and I have mine at 12 at the pouch. Because of that, when it retracts, there's less resistance, so it goes faster. The cool thing is, though, when the bands break, they don't break here. They break down here where they're tied to the pouch. I think you can see that. You'll start seeing a little cut in the band. There's not one on here. And so when that breaks, it breaks and goes away from you and doesn't hit you in the face. So that's kind of a neat safety feature built right in. Although I am wearing safety glasses because I want to set a good example. Benjamin, I just hit the one next to it. Let's see if we can walk all the way across. So that was a 40. I just hit the 50. Let's see if we can hit the 60. That'll be a bonus. Got it. All right, now we're going for the 70. This is all for Benjamin, people. He's the one that asked. Oh, missed it by that much. Wander the Wilson, thank you. I try and be watchable. Not that I'm the, coolest dude in the world for my age, but I try and have fun. I love to answer questions, and I love the interaction of people while we're doing it. Let me zoom out a little bit. A lot of the folks on here are also slingshot shooters, so we get in some crazy banter sometime. Like earlier today, I was having trouble with a part of my technique, and two people were offering suggestions on how to fix it and solve it. And with their help, I think I am shooting better now. Hit the target and hit the can. Hey, Thrill Billy, how's it going, man? I was wondering if you were feeling all right today. Got a Sunday afternoon nap in. I did not get one, which is good, because that means maybe I'll sleep good tonight. Keep it in the can. Everybody has, yes, Wander. You are correct. I am, well, as my aunt likes to say, I'm 46 and dyslexic. That means I'm 64. And honestly, I feel at this age, I am doing more good for society than ever. Just don't make me lose my job, because finding another one would be impossible because of ageism. But I'm very much an encourager and a teacher. And I like to help people, and I like to encourage people and encourage them to do better and be better. I don't know if Sam's still on here. If he is, you can ask him, because I've been working with him a bunch and just kind of like his mentor, and I'm like his adopted uncle. And so I just feel like I have so much more to offer at this age than I ever have in my life. Hey, thanks, Wonder with Wilson. I'm 64, same age as me. Joseph, if you're in the U.S., just like me, you get to sign up for Medicare this year. Long Draw and Thrill Billy fell asleep today. It's a Sunday afternoon nap kind of day. We're down to only 17 people. I think we've run our course, folks. Now that Thrill Billy's here, we're going to have to leave, because, you know, can't have any fun when he shows up. That, and I'm almost out of ammo. I got 2 shots left. Many of us are seniors. Long Draw, Mr. Roy, instead of being a senior, I consider myself seasoned. I got 2 shots left. I'm shooting at that 50 millimeters. No. I'm going to shoot at what's left of the pink can with my last 2 shots. Oh, I pulled and flinched. This is my last shot. Although, I see one on the ground. I got one more shot after this. Oh, all right. Oh, I found one I dropped on the ground. Okay, boys, this is the last shot. See, this is my ammo. Oh, I see another one. I got 2 more shots. 3 more. All right, we got 3 more shots. Going for that 50 millimeter spinner. The leather one on the bottom row. It's the bigger one. Got it. I see you. Oh no, it's not an ammo. It's a bolt. See, guys? I think I'm out of ammo. That's it, boys. We're out of ammo. Yeah, I could go get some, but dude, I've been on here 2 hours. It's probably my longest one ever. This was a fun one. We had a good time. Lots of regulars in. Lots of good advice. I learned a little bit. Some people helped me with the problem. I showed a couple of people, got them interested in slingshot shooting. So it's a good day. Had a blast. Of course, we're just getting going, and Thrillbilly pops in and just kills it all and puts us all down. And we're done because Thrillbilly's here. Thrillbilly, you know I love you, buddy. So anyway, it was a lot of fun today. Thanks for joining, everybody. Remember, if you want some slingshot stuff, go down to the description and click on the Simpleshot link. Helps me out a little bit. And if you want to learn to shoot, Slingshot Basics will get you going and popping cans within a week. So I appreciate everybody. Thank you for everything you're doing. Thank you for supporting the channel. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Appreciate everything and love you guys. God bless. Keep on slinging. Till next time, we'll catch you later. Have fun.